do it. Get on them sticks, them boys can't see me. Where you going? Don't run from this work. Pop out 3D. They don't want a piece of me. Cause guess what I do? Take them boys to CC. I been in the game, no nuclear. Took over the game, John Madden might sue me. Catch plays, I go dumb. Drip like dumb on the run. They talking about let's run. Get beat like they old song. Get blown out like old song. Easy money, more commas. Tap in, you'll know some. Score up like Mo Bomb. Bro, Dots Dom is a sniper. Get locked up like on Riker. Give out belt, I may pull your car. But now I ain't Jemima. I'm in my zone like cover 2. They like, bro, Dom, what's up with you? Nothing but a whole lot of W's. If you see that user in front of you, hit stick, man, that ball gon' be under you. Catch plays that can't drip like Dom. Run it back, they can't drip like Dom. They yelling, man, they wouldn't drip like Dom. Gets in that field and slang his arm. Catch plays that can't drip like Dom. Run it back, they can't drip like Dom. Every day they can't drip like Dom. Tap in if you wanna know some.
Yo, what's goody with y'all, man? Today's video I'm gonna show you guys how to get better pass protection in COD 27, because a lot of people struggle with how to set up the best pass protection, and also just all of the different settings that EA has gave us. A lot of people don't really realize how good the pass protection really is in the game, and you can use this to give yourself more time in the pocket and be one of the best players on the field and be really smart against those guys who like to blitz a lot. Like if you going against a heavy blitzer, or if you want to give yourself time, you want to roll out a certain way, and if that's what you like to do, you can literally set that up for yourself and literally put yourself in the perfect position for your offense to be really good. Before we get into the video, make sure y'all boys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, leave a comment down below. Let's go ahead and get after it, man. All right, so first, if you press down on the right stick, you're gonna pull up your coach adjustments. Now your coach adjustments, obviously you can set these in the main menu, so you don't have to worry about doing this every single game. But the best pass protection you want to use is base. Base is gonna be what you come out in just every single play, and this is what you're gonna use stock every single time. Now the reason why you want to run this on base, because if you pick certain plays, sometimes your pass protection will switch, and that could be really devastating for your offense. And you know, you don't want to be trying to run a different play or run a favorite play that you like, and then you don't have the right pass protection set, and then that certain pass protection gets cooked every time you run that play. But if you run base, you come out of base, that is going to be the best thing. Now the next thing you want is turn the untarget user defender. Now this is like a bonus tip, because having this on, it's really good against blitzing. If your opponent is blitzing a lot and he likes to mug the gap. So that way you can tell your offensive line, hey, ignore this player because he's not blitzing. He's not going to blitz. Most guys that mug the gap with their user don't blitz. Now the reason why you have this off is because when you run the ball and you want to mix in a run, if your opponent is mugging the gap with that user, your offensive line is going to automatically untarget him. And so that's not what you really want, because all he got to do is just really shoot the gap. Once he shoots the gap, it's over. He's going to tackle the running back, and you're going to lose yards every single time. So I've tested this out in game, and I was never able to run the ball. So turn this off, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get saved. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and get into this play. So I'm going to run H-slot. The H-slot is one of my formations that I run. My ebook will be dropping later this week, by the way. So make sure y'all want to tap in. If y'all want to tap in and get that mug, you feel me? But we're just going to come out in mid blitz. I'm going to show y'all how to stop mid blitz. But first, I want to break down all of the different blocking adjustments. Now, how to block in this game, you want to press L2 or LT. Now you have all the different settings that you can use for your blocking. So you have empty, you have full slide, you have full slide to right and left, then you have base, you have half slide, left or right, then you have max protect, then you have double team. So these are going to be all different settings as well. You have ID the mic, untarget the user, and you can also reset it if you don't want to use a certain path protection. So the first thing you want to do is simply look at your offensive line. Now, obviously, when you pull up the play, you see that you have your base. Now, this is going to be base blocking. So you see that, you see the line how it just draws back. But if you look at the blocking, you see that everyone's pretty much going to be blocking. You see who's going to block everybody. Now, the game sometimes can be very bugged out. It can be very glitchy. But Obviously, you see that on the defensive side, there's going to be a flame logo on the right side, meaning that the offensive line is literally going to ignore this player every single time because he's blitzing so many more than we can block. So we have to really just block up another guy. Once we block up another guy right here, obviously everything is perfectly fine. Now you can run the play how you want to. Now, I'm going to show you the difference between empty and base because a lot of people struggle on what to know the difference is. Now, when you come out of empty blocking, you're going to notice that there's going to be these like dashes underneath everybody. And this, what the dashes mean is that your offensive line is going to stay in that particular zone. It's like a zone block look. They're not going to, hey, I got this guy, I got this guy, I got this guy, kind of like how base is. Now, empty is better against like Texas 4-man or any type of stunt that your opponent likes to send because your offensive line is not going to play man-to-man. Because when you run base and you're playing man-to-man, obviously you're going to see that if I were to send a stunt, you know, the DN on either side is going to just get in and they're going to come in absolutely free against that base blocking. And that's just something you don't want. So if you see your opponent, you know, obviously run any type of stunt, go empty because they're just playing a zone look and they're just sitting there. They're just looking around for work. That's what they're doing in their particular zone. So they come in their particular zone. Oh, I got you. Cool. You know, your offensive line, they're not going to react to they're not going to react to the DN. Because what happens is your outside blocker is going to try to run inside and try to get the guy, but he's going to get stuck on the other offensive lineman. And that's why the Texas 4-man stunt is so good. But that's a little breakdown tutorial between empty and base. Now, base is just good if you know, opponent just comes out and just a straight out all out blitz. And you got to see right here, even if I block the running back, there's still a red flame logo, or I keep saying red flame logo because I'm used to Madden 26, but there's still a flame logo on the right side. But if I were to switch to base and block the running back, you see that now I'm able to block with the blitz. So this is really key, a really key thing. So you want to pay attention to what your opponent is doing on the defensive side of things so you can make adjustments on the offensive side of things, because you don't want to struggle. You don't want to do too much when you're doing the blocking, because obviously you don't want to spend too much doing all your blocking settings. You want to just, okay, cool. If he wants to Texas 4-man stunt me to death, cool. I'm empty base, empty block, cool. I'm after that, I'm done. Now that's going to be everything you need to know with between empty and base. Now, the times you want to use half slide, full slide. Now, if you want to roll out in one particular way, now this quarterback is right-handed, so I want to roll out to the right. So I would full slide to the right. I would tell my guys, hey, full slide, but now when I full slide, you see that the running back is going to get the guy opposite side of the play, and you don't want that. And that is reason why you do this. You do something like this. You want to motion him over if that's something you want to do, because you don't want to run into your running back and y'all are crossing. You don't want that. You definitely don't want that if you're going to plan on full sliding. So you full slide. Now that when you hike this ball, you're able to roll out. You see the difference? You're able to roll out. And that's going to be really, really good if you full slide that particular way. Now, if you half slide to the right, it's going to be the same exact thing. But now when you pull up the block, and now he's still going to run that crossing. He's still going to cross your body, but he's going to run directly up like he should. And I mean, right there, I mean, he obviously just got that beat over there, but y'all kind of get what these protections do. You know, you want to half slide or full slide to a certain way that you want, so you can be able to roll out that particular way. So we're going to try to roll out left, and obviously it's not going to look good because the quarterback is just, he's not left-handed. So it's going to be hard for him to, you know, he has to turn his body and everything to get over there. But even if we full slide to that way and block the running back here, you see that now, I mean, we have a good solid protection, and we can roll out and we can make a play just like this. So we could do that against mid blitz as well. And this really works also too against QB contain too. If your opponent likes to keep it contained, and you have to really just know what the best thing to do against certain situations. So everything is situational in this game. So a lot of people like to look at it as a cheesy blitz or a cheesy play. I mean, you just got to set up your pass protection. That's really all it is. You set up your pass protection, you're going to be good to go. Now you have this ID the Mike feature. Now this ID the Mike feature is going to be for your running back 9 times out of 10. So if I ID the Mike and say, hey, I want this guy to be blocked. When you ID the Mike, now you get this running back, you get the halfback logo, meaning that the running back is going to block that particular guy. Or you could do ID the Mike here, and then boom, there you go. Now you have no red flame logos, and that's a visual bug you see right there on the left side. He's not gonna come in free, but you see that's a visual bug, and now we have a little bit more time in the pocket to make a play. Now sometimes, like I said, if you already got everybody blocked up and you still see a red flame logo, that just means that the game is bugged. That's just all it is. So you can tell, hey, you can tell your offensive line, hey, I want to ID this guy right here, or ID whoever you want them to ID. So you can, you know, find the best opportunity for yourself. So you can ID him. Cool. We got our running back out on the route, and we good to go. Now let's get into the technicality on how to block a mid blitz, because a lot of people really don't know how to block mid blitz and when to block up the mid blitz, and how to tell if it's a blitz or not. So the first thing you want to do is you want to press R2 and to see your play. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, there's going to be a flame logo on the right side or left side, depending on how your opponent sets this up. Now, a lot of the times on defense, that your opponent, if you're going against anyone that's actually good at the game, a lot of people are going to sit in here and mug the gap. And now what that's going to create is red flame logos all over the place, meaning that both of these edge rushers are going to come in free, because with your user mugging the gap, he's basically telling the offensive lineman, hey, I'm blitzing too. That's what he's telling them. But if you back up, you see that there's only one red flame logo. But if you do right here, now there's 2. Now this is where untarget the user defender becomes really, really good. Now if you press L2 or LT, you want to press L2 or LT, and then you press triangle or Y, and you're going to get this menu of who you want to untarget. 9 times out of 10, you want to untarget the guy that's sitting in the middle of the gap, in the mug, sitting in the middle. When you do that, now you're giving yourself lead room to blocking. Now you're giving yourself lead room. Now you can come out, you can change, you can do your route combinations, whatever the case may be. You can set up however you want to set up. That is going to be the best way to blocking up mid blitz. Now that when your opponent tries to send the blitz, now you see, now I can, you know, I'm able to have a little bit more time in the pocket and make a read. Because a lot of people, when they see this right here, they immediately think, oh, all I gotta do is block one guy. But when you do that, you block one guy, you still get this pressure coming in free every single time, and the running back just completely ignores him, because that's what he does. Your running back ignores him because the running back is focused on the guy that's manned up on him. You know, if you block the running back and say, hey, I'm blocking the running back is going to get the guy that's in the middle. He's not going to get the guy on the outside, because they're focused on the guy that's mugging. And you hike it, and you're getting screamed at. So by the time you try to see a route, you're cooked. You cooked, fellas. So that's really what you want to do. And also, too, a pro tip is when you see opponent come out in mid blitz, you want to come out in a formation that has at least a tight end and a running back in it. But the reason why I like this is because you have 2 tight ends, which means you have a variety of different ways you can use the blocking up mid blitz or blocking up any blitz in the game. This is the reason why this formation is so versatile, and it's one of the best in my opinion. Because if you play Ultimate Team, or you play, you know, if you have 2 good tight ends on a team, like, you know, for example, like, you know, maybe the Bills, they have 2 good tight ends, 2 route running tight ends. These guys can really get open against certain guys, whatever the case may be. This could be really, really good, because you can block your running back and leave your tight ends out on routes, or you could block both tight ends and leave your running back out on the route. Because now you're just creating, now you're going to create a lot of different things for your opponent here. Now you could be like, hey, I want to go with this route combination. And boom, now you have like a man beating route combination. And you can literally confuse your opponent like, oh, he can block the whole entire line, and now your opponent's cooked. Now he can't do nothing. Your opponent's cooked. His blitz ain't gonna get in, and yeah, you're forcing him to get the running back. So that's gonna take his user out of the play. And 9 times out of 10, when you're in man-to-man, a lot of people don't switch stick when they're play man-to-man. So you're just taking his user out of the play. So you could be like, hey, I want him to run this way. You could be like, okay, cool. And you still got your guys blocked in the box, blocked up in the gap. And then you could set up a route combination, something like this. You could be like, hey, I want to do something like this where I can look at, such and such down the field. I could look at such and such down the field, whatever the case may be. Or I could do something like this. I could drag. Let me untarget the user real quick. Untarget this guy. Now the block. Now you're forcing your opponent to literally. So when we hike this ball, you're forcing your opponent to come out here to try to block. Try to get this guy. Now you have options. You have guys open in the middle of the field every single time. You have this drag here that you can throw. You have the drag. Once he gets a little bit of separation there, you can throw this drag. You can also throw this in route here. So you have options. You have options to where you can throw this ball at, and if you get the right pass protection, you good to go. So yeah, man, it's really, really smooth on how you could use your pass protection is everything in this game. You just got to know how to use it and when to use it, and also is your quarterback left-handed, right-handed. Everything is very, very situational in this game. You just have to know when to use certain things and really realize, pay attention to detail with your opponent. This game is like a game of chess, and you just want to pay attention to what your opponent's actually doing on the defensive side of things, so you can make the right adjustment. So you don't have to really worry about anything else that comes your way when you are playing offense and you're facing against a guy who likes to heavy blitz against you. And you don't. If any time, I really like it when people blitz on me, because it's very smooth. I can pick up the blitz and I'm sitting comfortable in the pocket, and I know I'm gonna dot you up. I'm gonna dot you up if you blitz at me, because I know for a fact I know how I can pick it up. So if you guys struggle, I hope this video helped you guys out, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next video. Make sure y'all boys hit that sub button, and I'm out, bro.